بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أراد أن يذكر أو أراد شكورا وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. All praise and glorification unto Allah, the owner and sustainer of the universe, the one who originates the creation and subsequently repeats it. I send peace and salutation to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, his household, his companions, and all those who follow his rightly guided path until the day of recompense. Your Excellency, the GMSA Vice President, all members of the High Table, my noble officers present, distinguished members of this association, ladies and gentlemen, I extend to you the accepted and fraternal greetings of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is a great privilege to be given the opportunity to address respected members of this noble association. This address seeks to enlighten members on the state of GMSA KNUST, our plans for the semester, achievements so far, as well as challenges. Last semester was a bit unusual from its beginning to the end. Our first years, that's the freshers, reported before the continuing students, which meant a big challenge with respect to the registration of the freshers. On the contrary, this served as a blessing in disguise, alhamdulillah. With the little interaction I had with them, that is before school resumed for the continuing students, some of them were losing hope in GMSA KNUST. Why? Because before they came to school, they heard that GMSA KNUST is one of the best GMSAs in Ghana. But then no activities ongoing, so they were losing hope in GMSA KNUST. I gave them my humble advice not to wrongly judge GMSA KNUST. They should just be patient, and then when the continuing students come, they would see the light of GMSA KNUST. Alhamdulillah, after school resumed, and then with the cascade of GMSA activities throughout the semester, they realized they were judging wrongly at the onset. Hence, they appreciated GMSA, that is GMSA KNUST, more. They were very active as far as the activities are concerned. Our first program was the Freshers Orientation at the Medical School Lecture Theatre. We organized a lot of other activities, which include the general meeting, symposium, hospital visitation, project work orientation for final years, warfare orphanage visitation, inter-hall Quranic quiz competition, accountability of officers, the Dawah outreach, and so on and so forth. The semester was really challenging. The demonstration, which resulted to the divine break, and many others. Alhamdulillah, none of our programs was affected. Alhamdulillah. Members, let's say Alhamdulillah. GMSA KNUST received an invitation letter from National GMSA Secretariat to attend the second Central Committee meeting. This took place at Medina Institute of Science and Technology between 28th to 30th December 2018. This meeting is organized twice every academic year. All tertiary institutions, as well as regional GMSA branches, are expected to attend this meeting. Alhamdulillah, myself as well as the General Secretary represented GMSA KNUST. At the meeting, many deliberations and resolutions were made to make GMSA a better association. 4 ad hoc committees were formed to discuss some important topics. Now, an ad hoc committee is a committee that is created, then immediately after its function, it is dissolved. So these 4 committees were created, and then they were: 1, the Sectarianism Committee; 2, Religious Intolerance Committee; the Dawah Committee; and then finally the Finance Committee. The Religious Intolerance Committee, of which I was a leader, discussed issues that had to do with school authorities and other stakeholders who infringe upon the religious rights of Muslim students in school, at the workplace, and so on and so forth. Since our petition to Parliament was still in progress, we were required to draw a recommendation on the roadmap that National GMSA should take after the submission of the petition to the Parliament House. The recommendations were: 1, creating of awareness through social media as well as the mass media, follow-ups on the Parliament House, mass action or sanction of institutional heads who violate the religious rights of Muslim students. The National GMSA President also presented the State of GMSA address and encouraged us to be strong and careful since we are the leaders and we serve as role models for members of this noble association. The 2 Ghana Cities project was also launched. Details of this project will be given in the course of this program, inshallah. Honorable members of this association, school resumed on the 1st of February 2019 and our expectations for this semester cannot be overemphasized. This semester is really packed with so many exciting activities ranging from the programs organized by Mother GMSA to those organized by the committees as well as the college wings. This general meeting marks the beginning of our major programs. Inshallah, on the 9th of March, we would host the annual intertertiary seminar organized by Paragon Foundation, inshallah. GMSA nominations will be open from 25th March to 5th April. Members will be given the opportunity to nominate new GMSA executives. Inshallah, the GMSA week will be launched on the 29th of March and will be climaxed with an adventurous tour to the north, inshallah. Within this week, we will have series of activities, in fact, series of hilarious activities, which include the intercollegiate debates, quiz, and sports competitions, the health talk, relationship talk, which I know members will be so much interested in, the drama night, and hopefully an intertertiary Quranic quiz competition, inshallah. From the 8th to the 13th of April, inshallah, all nominees will be vetted, and then the elections will be on the 19th of April 2019, inshallah. Between 19th to the 26th of April will be the alumni week. Our alumni will be here to share their experiences with us. Our handover ceremony, inshallah, will come off on the 27th of April 2019, inshallah. On that same day, after Isha, we would have an exciting dinner, that is the GMSA dinner. With the committee's activities, we have the educational committee seminar, which will come next week, or which will come off next week, that's the 23rd of February 2019, inshallah. The prison visitation, organized by the welfare committee, the poetry and drama night, organized by the editorial board, the football tournament, organized by the sports committee, the inter-hall quiz competition, organized by the Imamate Council, and a whole lot of intriguing programs will come off before we hand over, inshallah. Miscellaneous. The mosque project. The completion of the GMSA KNUST Masjid has been in anticipation for quite some time now. With the initial plan of completion by July 2018, the mosque isn't ready for use yet. This is due to circumstances beyond our control, and Allah knows best. As we plan, Allah plans, and Allah is the best of planners. Hopefully, it shall be ready before the end of this semester, and we pray that we use it for the month of Ramadan and beyond, inshallah. The creation of new committees. 4 new committees have been formed in GMSA, one of which is a rebirth of one of the existing committees already in GMSA. These committees are the Mosque Management Committee. We know that we are getting a masjid, hence we need a committee to manage it. Hence, we are creating the Mosque Management Committee. We have the Investment Committee. Usually members advise that we don't solely depend on our dues. So we have to exploit ways and means of raising funds for GMSA. And this committee has been given that mandate. So after the acceptance of the review constitution, and then the acceptance of these committees too, they will start work. And inshallah, they will also organize programs, especially for entrepreneurship, to enlighten us on the business market and so many things, inshallah. So that is the second. The third has to do with the media. We realize that almost always when we are organizing our programs, we have some gentle guys with cameras taking live coverage of the program. Alhamdulillah, publicity is one of the objectives of this administration. We want to preserve whatever we do. Hence, the media committee, they will also help in that regard. They will come and then talk so much about their committees, inshallah, within the course of this program. Then finally, we have the counseling unit. The counseling unit. Most of us don't know that constitutionally, the GMSA KNUST is supposed to have a counseling unit. It is there in the constitution, but practically we don't have a counseling unit active. We have the theoretical counseling unit, but the practical counseling unit we don't have. Initially, the plan was creating a committee, that is a wing, the parent wing of GMSA, which would serve as a link between GMSA members and then their parents. Upon deliberations, we realized that since the counseling unit has been so dormant, almost dead, and then the activities of the parent wing too is similar to that of the counseling unit, we married the two committees and then naming them as the counseling unit. So the counseling unit is actually a rebirth of the already existing counseling unit in the constitution. And then within the course of this program, they will also come and then let us know their plans for the semester, inshallah. The GMSA KNUST YouTube channel, emphasizing our activities, as stated earlier. We have created a YouTube channel where most of our videos have been uploaded, and we create the indulgence of honorable members to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also create the awareness of others so that they also subscribe to this channel. So the media committee will play a major role in this. That is with the YouTube, social media, so many aspects of social media. They are those going to take care of it. And inshallah, before the close of this program, they will come and then let us know their plans for the semester. That is if they are accepted by honorable members of this association, inshallah. Collaborative visitation. Over the years, different committees in GMSA go on individual visitations to members. Alhamdulillah, this administration is committed in fostering unity and encouraging collaboration. Hence, we have made a visitation collaborative. We started last semester, and then members would bear witness. We visited them. Usually, individual committees visit members. Let's say the Imamate Council, or the Dawah Committee, or the Welfare Committee, they visit a specific hall, let's say a particular weekend, which is very ineffective. Looking at the numbers of the participants, and then the number of Muslims we have on campus, it is very inactive. So what we did was that we made it collaborative. All the committees are on board. We set up a timetable, and then each committee is assigned to each hall. Those off campus are not left out. Those off campus are not left out. We visit all members to the best of our ability, alhamdulillah. And usually we go with reports, report sheets. All these are ways of preserving our items. And then I would like to highlight one issue. Last semester we visited a sister at Gaza, and then when you look at the form, there is a portion for rating of GMSA. Now this sister hilariously asked a question: how much should I give to GMSA? Should I give them 0.5 or what? Now, upon questioning, we realized that she was not active in GMSA. Someone, a Muslim on campus, she doesn't know that GMSA exists. And when she saw us, it was like people from a different planet. To the extent that she made a statement, even though it was taken as a joke, but then it was a very serious statement. She said that GMSA, we are not doing anything. She said, GMSA, we are not doing anything. Because ever since she came to school, she has never heard of GMSA. She said she has never heard of GMSA KNUST. And then she also made a statement that myself, I don't look like an excellency Why? Because my beard is not thick enough. Yes, this was a statement she made. She said my beard was not thick enough to be an excellency. She expects that the GMSA president has a beard that can be compared to that of Mufti Ming. But then I didn't go alone, so one of those I went with was about to ask, if you are talking about the GMSA president this week, what of the chief imam if you see him?
Chief imam.
I will take the issues and concerns of members. So people actually write down their issues of concern. The issue of concern that keeps on recurring is the issue of time management. We complain that when we go for programs, GMSA programs, we close late. But the problem is that we don't come early. We set the time 9 o'clock a.m. we are starting. And then it is 9 o'clock that someone is bathing. It's 9 o'clock that someone is taking his breakfast. And then you know that per the constitution of GMSA KNUST, the quorum for a meeting is 50. So if you are not up to the number, you can't start the program. So if you come in our numbers early, we will start early and close early, inshallah. The welfare fund. The welfare of our dear members is a prime priority of the leadership of GMSA KNUST. Members who have sincere financial challenges can see us for loans, grants, and the like, based on the person's condition and the state of the welfare fund account. Members should take note that this fund is financed by members' contribution and also by philanthropists to whom proposals are presented. Hence, we need to all help this fund because you never know when you will be in it. Probably what you contribute would help a brother or a sister. The review of our constitution. Per the GMSA KNUST constitution, the constitution is supposed to be reviewed every 5 years. But then, for the past 13 years, since 2006, our constitution has not been reviewed. Alhamdulillah, the constitution would be reviewed by the end of this program, inshallah. Atakbir. Problems and challenges. One of our key challenges has to do with finance. Per the total number of Muslim students in this institution, majority of us do not pay our GMSA dues. This really affects the organization of our programs. We plead on members to pay their dues to help support the association in organization of our programs. Another key challenge has to do with the securing of venue for programs. And then the root cause of this problem is that we don't have a masjid. The root cause of this problem is that we don't have a masjid. Usually when you go seeking for a venue, they will tell you that where is your masjid. Meanwhile, the masjid is not complete yet. So usually, before we secure a venue, we go through a lot of problems. An example is the Educom seminar, which will come off next week, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, we've been able to secure a venue, but before we had it, it was a serious problem. The seminar was supposed to take place last semester. It was because of venue. We went to the law faculty and we were told that it costs 2,100, just the auditorium. So it's a very big issue. The securing of venue is a very big issue in GMSA. Now, mobile Quran classes, changing of venues, most members don't understand why we keep on changing venues. It's because you don't have a permanent place. To the extent that we now have to go to IUDRC Basic School for mobile Quran classes. This shows us the serious issue, or the seriousness of this issue, that the venue, securing of venue is a very serious issue in GMSA. And we hope and pray that our masjid will be complete soon, inshallah. Finally, the unconcerned attitude of some members towards our activities is a very serious challenge. The programs organized by GMSA KNUST are not for the executives, they are not for the imams, they are for the members. But then you see some members, they are unconcerned towards the programs. When you call them to come for programs, they won't tell you yes, they won't tell you no. they'll tell you maybe. So if they say maybe, they blocked you. You can't say anything again. It means you can either come or decide not to come, but usually they don't come. Alhamdulillah, the first years, they have shown this commitment. Alhamdulillah. May Allah reward us for our effort. We've shown this commitment to GMSA KNUST as well as the continuing students. But then we still have packets of people who do not show concern for our programs. We hope and pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will change them for us, inshallah. I congratulate all members present for your diligence towards our activities. Those who presented themselves to this program and those who are yet to present themselves to this program, may Allah reward you for your efforts. We the executives are working hard to see the betterment of GMSA KNUST. This semester is a semester of activities, and we hope and pray that we all come together. When we organize a program, we come in your numbers on time so that we start on time and close on time. May Allah richly bless us all for our efforts. Once again, I thank you all for your time, for your patience, and for your audience. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
بحمده وكفى به بذنوب عباده خبيرا الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وما بينهما في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش الرحمن فاسأل به خبيرا وإذا قيل لهم اسجدوا للرحمن قالوا وما الرحمن ونسجد لما تأمرنا وزادهم نفورا تبارك الذي جعل في السماء بروجا وجعل فيها سراجا وقمرا منيرا وهو الذي جعل الليل والنهار خلفة لمن أراد أن يذكر أو أراد شكورا وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما والذين يبيتون لربهم سجدا وقياما صدق الله العظيم.
التكبير.
Yeah, fastest finger, MTN. Yeah, it's MTN. It's an MTN number. Yeah, fastest finger. Who is ready? Let me see a hand there. MashaAllah, a hand there. Back there. Allahu Akbar. MashaAllah, MTN. Vice President, please come down. It's not for. Okay. Yes, for we the children. Yeah, Vice President for we the children. Okay. Now, please, before I finish, the last figure. I will say something before I mention the last figure. So please come down, else you enter the wrong. Mashallah. So let's go. 87-055 853 2215 88. Okay, so we just read the financial statement. If you take the first 87 and you take the last 88, what I'm giving you is the GMSA KNUST mobile money pin. So inshallah, you can donate your dues through the GMSA KNUST mobile money. Attack me! Yeah. So, oh please. Attack me! Now, oh please, I'm fair, right? Because I never said it was credit. I never said it was credit, right? Yeah, it was the fastest finger. So automatically, almost everybody in GMSA KNUST here has the account number for GMSA KNUST as the mobile money pin. So, inshallah, please, you can be donating through the pin. So again, should I take it again? Okay, so 87. Okay, the actual number is 055 853 2215. I take B now, and you can save it GMSA KNUST. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in Islam, now we move on to the
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. We thank Almighty God for taking us up to this session, which is very, very important in the life of GMSA KNUST. I will go straight to what I'm supposed to do as the Chief of the Judicial Council. It is the mandate of the Judicial Council to review the Constitution every 5 years. The Constitution was supposed to be reviewed some 2 years ago. Okay, when I'm finished, I'll for it. Yes. Okay. Okay. Can we Bluetooth it? Can we Bluetooth it? It is on this pen drive. Yeah, it's on this pen drive.
Let's just use the Bluetooth.
Okay. Can be done. Okay. Actually, we need to acknowledge the efforts of the previous administration. Let me say not only previous, but former previous administration, and then the previous administration. That was from Senate's time up to Abdullah's presidency. Then we have our current president, Said Mohammed Awal. They've done a tremendous job to see that the Constitution has been reviewed. But God says that this is the time that the Constitution can be reviewed. Upon going through several hectic. However, Alhamdulillah, today, if the members approve, we are going to have a review Constitution of KNUST GMSA. We've made a lot of review which are very necessary for the forward movement of GMSA KNUST. Among them are Article 26, which are 26, 27, 28, 30, 32, and then Article 33(8). All these ones are new committees that are put in by this current administration in collaboration with the Judicial Council. With the Article 26, Article 26, if you can go to Article 26, we have the Media Committee. It is a new committee, and the Media Committee is going to work in collaboration with the already existing IT committee. But they have a unique feature or unique functions, which is not part of the IT's work. Owing to the fact that we have advance in technology, so GMSA also has to advance in its technological activities. Because of that, we introduced the Media Committee, where the Media Committee, one of its functions is to video, record, take pictures of the association's program, and upload same on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and the other things that I know you know, but I don't know. That is why we made it etc. Because I know there are a lot of social media things that we can use. Then the Media Committee is also going to manage our YouTube channel, among other functions of the Media Committee. Now we go on to the Mosque Management Committee, which is Article 27. Article 27 is also a new committee. And then this committee is going to be chaired and then deputized with 9 other members, making it 11 members in all. Some people have raised questions on this number, but we explained that the number ought to be odd, so that in case there is going to be any voting, we can have the winning side. So in every committee, we try to make it an odd number, so that when there is any election, we can have the winning side. The Mosque Management Committee has one of its functions to manage our new mosque in collaboration with the manager of that facility. And then they are going to look at the day in and day out activities of the mosque. We also have the Investment Committee, which is Article 28. The Investment Committee, one of its functions is to organize workshops and to train members on investments. And again, they will also work hand in hand with the Finance Committee so that they can put our funds into investments, halal investment, underline, halal investment, so that it can yield or it can generate money to the association. Article 30. Article 30 is the counseling unit, which was already in existence, but we have modified it. Initially, we created parents wing, but we have merged the parents wing now with the counseling units. And one of its functions, as you can see, is to be the liaison between students here and their parents at home. And moreover, to serve as a counsel to the association. Whoever has any challenge with his education, moral, or what have you, we can call on the counseling unit for counseling. Not only that, even when we see that the council unit has to come to you, they will come without you calling them. Then we have Article 32, which is the Welfare Fund Board. This board is to see to it that any member who has a genuine financial issues, genuine. I think the genuine should have been bolded, underlined, italic, and what have you, so that we will not take advantage of it and take money for photocopies and handouts. So if a member has a genuine financial issue, the board will cater for it. And then this financial board or welfare fund, we are going to take 10% of GMSA dues into that fund. Then 5% of any fundraising at any function into this fund. So I will entreat members that we should pay our dues and also contribute when it comes to raising funds, so that we can have more money into the fund to alleviate the financial issues of our brothers and sisters on campus. Then when you go to Article 33(8), we have introduced a vetting committee. In the previous constitution, we did not have a vetting committee in the constitution, though the electoral commission has the power to nominate vetting committee to vet aspirants when we are going into elections. But now we have made it a mandatory and then supported by the constitution. Then when we go to Article 1 and 3, to that place too, we made certain changes, additions and subtractions. At the council for the imam, previously there was no cutoff point, or let me put it this way, there was no ceiling as to the number of imams that we should have. But now we have made it that the imam council should be maximum of 11. Now we have made it constitutionally. On this note, I'll put forward, with the permission of the president, that if we accept this new constitution, may I hear we are voting. Yes, we are voting. And we can reject it or approve it right now. So we are just doing the voting. So the eyes and the nose will be the votes. President, with your permission.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Please, I'm GMSA. With the voting of R and maybe now, to me, I think would be the best. Because at the end, maybe the powers lie on you. You say, I have more R or more no R. So, this is a constitution, and it is to the same of the nations. Others are going to use it from time to time. So, to me, if we will adopt a voting system, which will give a statistics of the number of people who voted for the constitution and the number of people who voted against it, so that tomorrow when we are saying, we can say that this is based on each particular statistics to approve the review constitution or reject it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well noted. With the permission of the President and the Chair, may I invite 2 or 3 questions on this constitutional review. Thank you very much. It is open for questioning. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala.
I'm sorry if this may quite take some time, but I feel like it's very important because, like again, I've been holding it in me for a good part of my.
Please, your name.
I've been holding moment, please. Not trying to stretch things up a bit, but then I would like to say I, for one, am attempting to be an advocate of Islamic revivalism at all levels. So that is, it doesn't matter how big our governance is or how small our governance is, but if we try to make it as Islamic as possible, it becomes the best and allow a blessing for us. And also, I say this based on 3 or a little more points that I would like to break down just a few moments from now. First is regarding our board of selections of our leaders. What? And like I'm saying this as a small person in advocacy and Islam, so I stand to be corrected. And also, and that is, first of all, based on our mode of selection of our leaders, all I've read in Islamic literature and Islamic history and the style of governance of Islam has been that there has been principally 3 modes of selection of the uppermost leader. And that is first of all by alluding to who the leader is. Second of all, by selecting categorically who the leader is. And the third of all, by selecting or by making up a council which has come to be known as the Shura Council to select who the topmost leader is. And on this, most Muslims would like to say that there is a concept of voting or democracy in Islam. I am not here to dispute anything like that. But what I'm saying is the concept of voting or the act of voting is not absolute to everyone in the Muslim populace, but then to a selected few who are the Shura Council. So what I'm saying now in the mode of selection of the leaders is, first of all, is by appointment. But then what matches up to our time the most and sticks to the Islamic principles the most according to the Islamic sources is what it's being practiced even on large-scale governance today, which is the adoption of the Shura Council. The Shura Council should be a committee that sits, and it's now a committee that keeps changing from time to time or in a very short while. So this committee is able to oversee the affairs of the students and the affairs of the Muslim populace in general, and know who is the best, at least apparently, to be at a particular position in the Muslim community. So this Shura Council is represented for selecting the topmost leader, which is the Amir. So that is the first one, which is our mode of selection. So I believe it should be on the Shura Council. That's according to what I've read and convinced from the Islamic sources. It should be the Shura Council that selects, not everyone that should do the voting. And secondly is the centralization of power. That's who does the final statement lie. What I've read at this juncture, let me, how should I say, bring in something else. That is, I would like to register first of all my disappointment and shame in myself for not having time to read and digest the entirety of the GMSA Constitution as MC. And I'm really sorry for that. So that is to say, what I am saying may be valid or invalid based on what aspect of the Constitution may have or what they may not have. And the second is the centralization of power. Who does the final power lie with? You see, from the beginning of Islamic rulership, there has been one central power, and that has been the Amir. I believe we only grew up to know the term particularly in the portfolio presidency when we came to live under the people that are not Muslims. And in attempts to keep to our Islamic style, we adopted our Imam and still maintain the presidency. What I believe is the presidency or the final power should not lie with two people. It may appear that yes, it's not lying with two people, but at least the term alludes to that, the presidency and the Imam. So it has become such that the presidency is in charge of the administrative affairs and then the Imam is in charge of somewhat a good part of the spiritual affairs. It's like a spiritual leader. And this is an attempt to separate between what I would like to call, what is most called, to separate the church from the state, but in this case, the mosque. Islam is not a religion that deals with just spiritual life, but it deals with even the most mundane of life of the people. So every aspect of life should be tackled by Islam, and administrative and economic and every aspect of Islamic life is not left out. So yes, if you ask me, there should be a portfolio that should be the Imara, that's the Amir, which will handle both the spiritual, what we call the spiritual affairs of Islam and also the administrative affairs. And I wouldn't blame GMSA entirely for separating the portfolio because over the years it has come that administrative capability is not considered very much when selecting the Imam.
You should time so that okay.
Administrative capability is not considered very much when selecting the Imam. So I believe that should be included when selecting the Imam. And it will go a lot of way to help us to save time and energy and probably even finances when it comes to selecting the leaders. That's why I would want portfolio now to replace the two. And the third is you see, what I believe from where the change of leadership sourced off is what I read from the protocols, and they say leadership is like a glue. They said they have come to teach us that leadership is like a glue. Whenever it's worn off, you can just change it. But even from the beginning of time, man didn't know leaders to be changed as such. What am I saying? The 1 year term of the 70 of GMSA. And I don't blame GMSA entirely for this because over the years it has come to be that most of the executives have been in final year, so they will leave automatically, whether you like it or yes, you will leave. Even though Islam is such that either the person does something that is supposed to be impeached or he steps down on his own. If he's doing a good job, then why not maintain it? Why am I saying this? Because I've seen this in the case of two executives, particularly last year's Abdullah, last 2 years since Abdul Hakim, he graduated his master's academic this year. Hakim was the PRO. He was in final year when he was the PRO of GMSA. But then after his term, he had to leave. I'm not saying he left against his will, but then he had to leave because it is the term, it's in the terms and the constitution of GMSA for him to leave after that year. Whereas he could have stayed, not because the GMSA, not particularly because he was nominated again, but then he should have stayed because that is the Islamic principle. He should continue. And the same thing happened with Abdullah. Even though in final year, that is in 4th year, he was the GMSA president, he had to step out. Although he had 2 more years to be in the school. If he did a good job, I feel like we should maintain him. And I feel like that is what Islam feels to. We should maintain him in that regard. And I applaud GMSA for maintaining Imam Ibrahim Usman. May Allah help him and guide him wherever he was as well. In the past 2 years, when I first came, he was the Imam. And the following year, he was still the Imam and he was a continuing student. And I only saw that in the case of the Imam, and I didn't see that in the case of any other position. So this is the various submissions I would like to have. Time is not on our side, so I would like to hand you and say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
I think we thank our Imam very much for the Islamic lecture. Yes, because this is purely Islamic lecture. And then I am They can.
Brother Muhammad Abdul Mumin has spoken a lot pertaining the Islamic jurisdiction about our leadership and has actually done justice to that. He made mention of the Shura, which shouldn't be changing. Yeah, there is no argument about that. But let me ask you, Brother Muhammad, coming to GMSA KNUST, will we be able to have that Shura which is not going to change at all?
4 years.
I believe that should come from the Muslim, but the Muslim is still
Even Muslim is changing. Because there were certain staffs here on campus that are no more here. They have not retired, but they've been changed to other universities. How then can we sustain that? For which reason, GMSA has to get itself a constitution which goes in line with the Sunnah and then the Quran. Anything contrary to the Sunnah and the Quran has to be taken away. And also the centralization of power, as you said, is going to be between two people, which is the president and the chief imam. Yeah. As you see it to be, the chief imam is always tackling spiritual affairs, which is not true, and which is not actually so. Everything pertaining Islam, our Islamic well-being, everything, anything pertaining our communal, everything, even let me tell you, pertaining anything to be done, myself and the president ought to sit down. This thing that we are doing, is it in line with Islam? What is Islam saying about it? What is the Quran saying? What is the Sunnah saying? So that's what we do. And then, inshallah, as in the review of the constitution, we also have to sit down. Even the businesses, people are yearning to go into business. That one too ought to be scrutinized. We have to know what Islam is saying about that. Call those people, admonish them. This is what Islam is saying. So do not go out of the bounds of Islam, but rather stay in bounds. So inshallah, that's what we are doing. But the Shura system here, Brother Muhammad, we are all Muslims, and that's what we hope to see in the entire country. Because there is no stable body to do that. That's why you don't see that on KNUST campus. Thank you very much, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase you in knowledge and us as well. Thank you.
When it comes to Islamic knowledge, then we have to stand aside so that the imams will come and clear issues for us, because we are dealing with conventional laws, not Islamic laws. So if you can read the article, I think article 16, right? Article 16, this is the Council of Imam. When you look at the third one, the Council of Imams shall be the final authority on issues bordering purely on Islam, and accordingly make recommendations to the executive committee. So it is not only spiritual, as Imam has mentioned, anything bordering Islamic jurisprudence, then it is the Imams that we call on to give us verdicts. But we thank you very much for the is it lecture? Clarifications? Okay. Thank you very much. On this note, I will refer my brother that we acknowledge your concern, but as I said earlier, we are dealing with conventional laws, and by the Constitution it says that voting at meeting shall be by show of hands or by a secret ballot, or as may be determined by the chairman. So we have so many modes of voting, and one of it is the eyes and then the nose.
Please, you can inform them that the Constitution is on the respective pages.
Okay, that the Constitution is on the respective pages of GMSA, so you can equally download it from there and then follow us. Please, any suggestion or question or comment before we go on to vote? Somebody has raised up his hand. Wa alaikum salam.
Please, the person with the machine, if you can go to Article 27 for please.
Please name.
Ibrahim Yusuf.
Article 27.
Please go down a bit.
Motion to accept most of them. Because so if there's a counter motion, then we tackle it.
Okay.
I think
the Mosque Management Committee.
You talk about the number. You said it should be 11 people, and you give explanation that when there is something like voting, there can be odd number, so that we know the number that voted. I want to know, like, the number, was it just chosen 11 and people? Because if you say odd, 9 is also an odd number.
Okay.
So we want to know the reason.
Thank you very much.
And there was another one. I've forgotten the article is, but you said something like that. It was I think
what was it about?
The counseling unit or something like that.
Okay.
You said there should be somebody like the chief counselor. You said it should be a mature. I want to know whether is the chief counselor shall be a mature student. When you say mature student, is it somebody who is a postgraduate student or what do you mean by that?
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. With the first question, the odd number 9. The proposal was initially 8 by those who proposed that we should have a Mosque Management Committee because of the nature of the work. And we, the council, decided that no, if it is 8, 9 is the closer odd number. So we can make it 9 instead of reducing. That is why we made it 9. And then with the matured students, in fact, what was previously there was even mind-boggling than this one. It stated that the person should have a mature mind. You understand? Which is too vague. What is mature mind? Is it by the age, by the number of stay in the campus? So we decided that we are going to make it matured students as per the inscription of the university. When the university says mature students, that is what we mean here by mature students. I hope it is clear. What the university mean by mature students, that's what we mean here by mature students. So it is very clear. Please, somebody else. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
My name is Redwan. I believe that a constitution must be subjected to some grammatical analysis and possibly spelling mistakes and all those kind of things. And that's the article under the chief counselor shall be a matured student. Matured is not used for the past tense of mature is not used for human beings, it's used for inanimate objects. Okay. Man is a continuous process of growth, so we don't use matured for human being. So the D should be cancelled to give it mature.
Thank you very much. Okay, well noted. Thank you very much. So that means it should be mature students. Okay, well taken. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
When we are speaking, we did speak about the voting. For example, when the committee is to vote so that they wouldn't have an even number, right? Okay. Under that article, you didn't make it clear as to whether the chairman has the right to vote. So if the chairman doesn't have the right to vote, then that will make it 10 people and there will be even number.
Okay. Thank you very much. Ordinarily, chairman has a vote in every election. Ordinarily. So there is no need to further explain that chairman will have to vote or not to vote. For every committee, every sitting, chairman is a member, so he has a voting right, except that he says that I'm not going to vote because I'm the chairman. Thank you very much. Okay, on this note, I would like somebody to move for the motion. Okay. Yes, the mic. Contribution mic.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.
Alhamdulillah, I'm issue. I think it's limited time that we have at our disposal. If we want to, I think the right thing we should have done is I just suggested to the President that we should have shared it to the Ummah so that we're going to have a scrutiny of the Constitution. We will have issues, then we suggest them. But looking at the time we have very, very limited time. I don't know when we'll be organizing another general assembly like this again. Back at UPS, what we did was that we shared it with the Ummah and people had to read through to also bring out their suggestions. So with this, because there is no time, I think maybe if you read it and later on you come to realize any grammatical error or any suggestion that you think is valid, probably you can suggest to the committee so that they will factor it.
Yeah, the contribution. So as he said, for the grammatical things, they are subject to correction whenever we see or we identify one. But as to the composition, I will beg that we should leave it as it is, because even currently in Ghana, we have, I will not call it a mistake, but in ordinary terms, it is a mistake made by one commissioner, VCRC Crab, the one who died just last year or so. The parliament gave him the power to review a lot of our statutes, including the KNUST statutes, the statutes that establish KNUST. And during the process, they've made certain things in the constitution, in those statutes, though it is not, or they were not supposed to be there, but they are there now. So there was an issue where they took the matter to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court held that what is written in the statutes shall be upheld. Though, even if it is a mistake, they have given the person the power to make such, quote and unquote, such a mistake. So on that note, when it comes to the composition of it, we cannot change it until the proper procedure for amendment. But when it has to do with the grammar and other things, we can consider and then do that one. That is why the constitution was opened, I think, since last 2 years. And then we even had a website for that purpose. Those of you who are the 3rd year, 4th year will agree with me. Yes, we created a special platform whereby you can key in wherever you are. But at the end of the day, we had only 2 or 3 suggestions out of the lot of the membership that we have at KNUST. So I will entreat all of us to, as much as possible, get the constitution, go through it, so that you know the in and outs of GMSA. Whatever we do here, they are all subject to this constitution. So we beg, all of you must have one. And I will entreat my executives to add a constitution as part of the souvenirs when you pay your dues. And on that note, I will also call on our members to add some few things on the dues so that they can use it to print it out. I hope it is okay. Okay, now I think we are going. Are you moving for the? Okay, give it to me. So we should make it snappy because of time. Wa alaikum salam.
Going through the constitution, having any section that defines terms. For example, like when you say mature students, it's open to prejudice. Everybody can define mature student as he wants. So I think we should get a section that defines all the terms we used.
As a mature student.
Not mature students per se, but
I think when you go to Article 1, there is the interpretation section. Article 1. Yeah. Where we have the his, her, him, himself, chairman. We explain it there. The house, what we mean by the house and other things. So we think we should add mature student there. Okay. On this note, I would like somebody to move. Please, I think we are in a learning process. When you are moving for something, you mention your name and say that I, so and so, move for the acceptance, but you don't accept it yourself. You move for the acceptance. So you cannot say that I, Samuddin or Ahmed Kamil, accept. I hope I'm clear. You move for the acceptance. Thank you very much. So we are still waiting for the motion. Somebody should move for the acceptance of the Constitution. Revised Constitution. Okay.
I, Abdulrazak Isufida, move for the acceptance of the revised Constitution.
If possible, point of order. Somebody is bringing us. I think the chairman has to. He is still chairing the meeting. Chair, somebody has raised a point of order. I don't know if you give him the opportunity. And I believe the chairman has given us the intervention signs before we started this meeting. I hope he did so. Prezo, you didn't. Okay. So before you go on, when somebody's on floor and you want to intervene in the speech of that person, there are certain signs that you do. One of it is what my brother Yaya just did. Point of order. And that is done by this sign. You fold your, okay, good. Yeah. So that means the folded arm is O. So point of order. Okay, then you raise it and then put it on in the other palm. Then we have point of information. Good. Like the I sign, you put it in the middle. Then you have point of correction, like the C sign, but you use your 2 fingers. Okay, good. So whenever a member is on floor and you want to bring him on order, or you want to bring him, or you want to correct him, or you add or seek information, you can intervene with these signs. May Allah bless us all.
Once again, I'm here. Please, you first said we will go by voting, and I didn't talk of the procedure of voting, but you made it clear that the chairman decides the procedure we should use. But in this case, you again saying someone should move for the acceptance, and then another person was second, making only 2 people making the decision for the entire house. So me sitting here, maybe if I'm not in support of acceptance of the constitution, what am I going to do to maybe prevent this process?
Thank you very much. We are in the learning process. When somebody moves for a motion, he needs a seconder to second it. That is not conclusive. If there is any counter motion, it can equally be done. However, even with the motion, we shall still go on and vote. So the motion is to move for the acceptance and seconded, so that now we put the votes, so that they will either accept it or reject it. So the motion is only a process. It is not final. It is not conclusive. Thank you very much. Has somebody moved? Okay. Secondment. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, by the power conferred in me by this constitution, I will call for voting. And my choice of votes is because of the time. Other than that, we should have done secret ballots, where we'll have electoral commission arranging the place for us to go and cast our votes, which will take time. Equally, sharing papers for them to write on it may take time. Okay, is there any counter motion? Any counter motion? Okay. Hey. The mic. Okay.
I think usually what happens is that if you have any issue for the General Assembly, you first of all call for what? A motion. If someone seconds it or somebody moves for the acceptance of that motion, if there isn't any counter motion, it is assumed that that motion is accepted and there is no voting to that effect. It is only when there is a counter motion to that motion, then you move it to voting. You understand? So he has called for the acceptance. If we get someone who moves the motion for its acceptance as the working document for GMSA KNUST, and there isn't any counter motion, so be it. We just accept it. That's it. So we don't call for voting here.
Yeah, we thank you very much for the contribution. Yes, I think it's on the right track. Once there is no counter motion, it means that there's total acceptance. I hope it is okay. So silence means consent. So now that you have all consented that there is no counter motion, there's a counter motion.
I'm not sure that I know the legal language very well, but I'll try to improvise. The discussion you have had regarding the acceptance or rejection of the Constitution, I move that the voting be put on hold and members of the Assembly be given a period of time to review it, submit their contributions or changes or any clarification that they might need. And at a later date, the Assembly can be constituted again for the voting to take place. I understand that there's a problem of whether or not there will be another chance for us all together here to make a decision on this.
Okay.
So I move the counter motion for the rejection of the vote. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Any seconder for the counter motion?
Please, I need clarification. I think this constitution has been in existence for a very long time now. As of when we meet, they say another time. Whenever we meet, they say another time for the food. And today too, we are pushing it to another time. I'm very positive that when we meet again, we are going to push it again. So to me, let's finalize it since it has been there. Even when we are having GMSA accountability.
Not directly, but we can rephrase and put it in our context now. The quorum for every general meeting is 50 members of GMSA. If we don't form quorum, the meeting cannot be held. It needs to be postponed. If we postpone it the second time, and we don't have the quorum, the meeting must also be postponed. But if we postpone it the third time, even if the quorum is not formed, we can hold the meeting. I hope we can bring it here too. Because previously we wanted to do it, it was not done. Again, it was not done. And today too, we are here. If it is not done today, just like Chief Imam said, then I don't know when again we are going to have it. Even before then, we will not have a seconder for the counter motion. And I think there is no seconder on that. On this note, I, Samuddin Mohammed Kamil, Chief of the Judicial Council, submit this reviewed constitution to the executive of the GMSA to be a working document for GMSA KNUST. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
I see many females, but I don't see many women. I see many women, but I don't see many marriage materials. Many marriage materials, but I don't see many married women. I see many married women, but I don't see many happy homes. Why is it so? Do I have a faulty sight, or is the sighted faulty? Do I need to check out my eyes, or invite the Almighty? I don't know, you tell me, why is it so? Is the blame on the system, or is the life we choose living? I hear people say men and women are unequal. I hear others say they are with evidence factual. Gender equality, women empowerment. I see many misinterpret these terms and it's getting out of hand. Why is it so? You tell me, I don't know. I see women turning into husbands, husbands turning into children, and they are both negligent of their responsibilities. Children get hurt and are always the victims at the end of the story. Why? Why is it so? You tell me, I don't know. Women are turning to sex toys. Girls now chasing boys, getting spoiled, so on and so forth. Oh man, that gone. Yet it feels so right. You wake up, you make up, getting your skin tight, move on with your daily lives, whilst the soul dies. You tell me, I don't know. Why is it so? The Muslim lady is getting criticized. In her niqab, is uncivilized. In her hijab, she's not modernized. But we do not know in the eyes of all Muslims, they are women of paradise. But these words get into their head through the ears, changes their heart, make many digress from their past. So we start unveiling, we start unclipping, we start unzipping. Now we lose the whole covering. Why is it so? You tell me, I don't know. I hear people say life is too short, no time for long thoughts. We will take the short walks to make it in and stop. So we scam to gamble, lottery nor stumble. The difference to disobedient is those we tell were humble. Why is it so? You tell me, I don't know. Your watch is priceless, your blinks are priceless, your kick such likeness, yet you can offer small kindness. In the sight of your creator, aren't you the worthless? I don't know. If yes or no, then why is it so? Why is it so? Ladies and gentlemen, why is it so? Well, if you have the answers, just let me know. Just let me know.
Rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Before I proceed to the budget for this semester, I would like to go through the income and expenditure account as at 16 February 2019. The first item is the income. Opening balance as at 30th September 2018 is 4,540 cedis, 32 pesos. Dues paid by members is 2,045 Ghana cedis. Sabila, that's between Maghrib and Isha at the Great Hall, 848 Ghana cedis, 30 pesos. Pledge received 1,290. Donations 90 cedis. Funds raised 3,152 cedis, 90 pesos. GMSA KNUST 324 Ghana cedis. Books 26 Ghana cedis. Stickers 7 cedis. Handband 12 cedis. All sum up to 7,795 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos. In addition to the opening balance as at 30th September 2018 is 12,335 Ghana cedis, 52 pesos. Now to the expenditures. Transportation sum up to 1,495 Ghana cedis, 40 pesos. Stationaries 1,568 Ghana cedis, 50 pesos. Mosque maintenance 35 cedis. Refreshment 2,262 cedis. Others 1,606 Ghana cedis. The total expenditure is 6,966 Ghana cedis, 90 pesos. So if I take the total expenditure from the total income, the surplus is 5,368 Ghana cedis, 62 pesos. The following are the details of the expenditures, but I'm not going to go through. Now, to the budget for this semester. Balance as at now, GMSA KNUST. Cash at mobile money, 2,782 Ghana cedis, 2 pesos. Cash in hand, 2,586 Ghana cedis, 60 pesos. Sum up to 5,368 Ghana cedis, 62 pesos. Expenditures. General meeting. Venue, 250 Ghana cedis. Refreshment. Drinks. We budgeted for 350 members at 1 cedis, 50 pesos. The sum total is 525 Ghana cedis. Pie. 350 members at 1 cedis. That's 350 Ghana cedis. Water. 10 cedis at 2 cedis. 10 sachet water at 2 cedis, 50 pesos. Sum up to 25 Ghana cedis. High table water. 1 box of water at 10 cedis. Item. 10 people at 5 cedis. That's 50. The sum total of the general meeting budget is 1,210 Ghana cedis. The ladies' wing, refreshment, gizzard, 7. Yes. 7 at 16 cedis, and the total is 112 Ghana cedis. So below 50 cedis. Water, 4 at 3 cedis, that's 12 cedis. High table, water, 2 at 1 cedis, 50 pesos, the total is 3. Item, 2 at 10 cedis, that's 20 cedis. So the sum total of the ladies' wing budget is 197 Ghana cedis. Editorial board. Venue, into bracket, backstage, 200 cedis. Chairs, 150. Items, 400. PA system, to bracket, projector is 250. Lighting system, 400. Video and photo shoot, 200. Decoration, 300. The sum total is 1,900 Ghana cedis. Editorial board. Inter-hall annual quiz. That's from the Imamate Committee. Venue, 250. Refreshment. Item. They budgeted for 300 people at 2 cedis, making 600 Ghana cedis. Water, 8 at 1 cedis. 8 at 1 cedi. Sum up to 8 cedis. Item, 8 at 5 cedis, sum up to 40 Ghana cedis. Prizes to contestants, 210 Ghana cedi. The sum total is 1,108 Ghana cedis. Educational committee, that's with their Educom seminar. Venue, 700 cedis. Refreshment, food, 2,000. Water, 30 at 3 cedis, 50 pesos, 105 Ghana cedis. High table water, 6 cedis at 1 cedi, 50 pesos, 9 cedis. Item, 6 cedis at 6 people at 8 cedis, 48 Ghana cedi. The sum total is 2,862. Sports committee, that's the GMSA games. Hiring of pitch, 200 cedis. Medals, 30 at 9 cedis, making 270 Ghana cedis. Awards, 40 cedis. Jersey customization, 200 cedis. First aid box, 200 cedis. Refreshment, food, and they budgeted for 250 members at 3 cedis, making 750 Ghana cedis. Water, 20 at 3 cedis, 50 pesos, making 70 cedis. The sum total is 1,730 cedis. Welfare committee, That's to the prison visitation. Transportation 300 cedis. Item for members, that's 30 members at 3 cedis 50 pesos. Sum up to 150 cedis. So the sum total of the welfare committee's budget is 405 Ghana cedis. IT committee, PC clinic, that's 70 cedis, 10 cedis per head for our guys who are working on our PCs. Projector repair, 250 cedis. Extension board, 2 at 35 Ghana cedis, making 70 cedis. Data bundle, 2 gig at 40 cedis. Firebase subscription, 50 cedis. The sum total of the IT committee budget is 480 Ghana cedis. Electoral commission, A4 sheet, 25 cedis. Water, 20 cedis, and item 70 cedis. The sum total is 115 Ghana cedis. Organizing committee, brooms, that's 4 at 8 cedis, 32 Ghana cedis. Mop, 15 cedis. Sajada, 35 cedis. Napkins, 2 at 3 cedis. Decoration materials, 100 cedis. Container, 25 cedis. Offering bowls, 6 at 8 cedis. That's 48 Ghana cedis. All sum up to 261 Ghana cedis. Dawa outreach, that's from our Dawa committee. Transportation, 1,500 Ghana cedis. Foodstuffs, 4 at 200, that's 800 cedis. Water, 20 at 3 cedis, 60 Ghana cedis. Items for ladies, 45 ladies were being budgeted for this at 6 cedis, that's 270. Filling of cylinders, 4 at 38 Ghana cedis, and the total is 152 cedis. The sum total for the Dawa outreach is 2,782 Ghana cedis. Transportation, facilitator, 1,280 Ghana cedis. Contingency, 220 Ghana cedis. And the sum total for the transportation is 1,500 cedis. Miscellaneous. Yes, at this point, I know after I finish, some of the committee chairman will ask. We presented our budget with miscellaneous, but as you were reading, we didn't hear anything about miscellaneous. Yeah, I just sum all the total miscellaneous from the various budget I've read so far, and the total is 900 cedis. And subtotal for this budget is 15,450 Ghana cedis. 5% of the subtotal will give you 772 cedis, 50 pesos. In all, the budget sum up to 16,222 Ghana cedis, 50 pesos. So, with this budget and our income, or should I say our budget brought forward, if you subtract the budget from our income, or should I say the money GMSA is having in its coffers as at now, there is going to be a deficit of 10,853 Ghana cedis 88 pesos. Members of this honorable association, how are you going to finance our programs? All right, but before we proceed, I will end here. And any question, suggestion, and corrections, I'm ready to answer or respond to. Thank you. Please, if you have any question, you can raise your hand so that I'll call you. All right. It's not coming.
Please, my first one has to do with in the income and expenditure. I think we skipped presentation for GMSA so that we upload on the YouTube channel. Anyone who goes on the channel sees the video. We might not know. Someone would call GMSA maybe to sponsor. Just watching the documentary, it will go far. So this semester, inshallah, we are working on that. Also, we want to make this, let me say, a norm. We will interview all the executives, then we upload. So each year, every executive that are sworn in power will actually, we'll interview them, have their video, have everything there. So, but the documentary should be aware. We can visit you at any time. We can come to your room. Maybe you are cooking, maybe you are learning. If you like learning, you will know. If you like cooking, you will know. So be aware. And also, lastly, as I said, we need equipment. So if you know anyone who can sponsor, and also if you can sponsor yourself, or our dues, looking at the budget, the dues itself, the budget, the 16,000, we'll buy one camera, which is not easy, but then we have cheap cameras to buy. So this is the media committee for you. We are here for you, inshallah. But please, don't call us for photo shoot. Photo shoot is a different business. That one, you can call me. I'll charge you, then I'll give you pictures. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Na'am. The council committee, and to be spearheaded by
okay. So I want to explain a bit why, in the first place, there is a need for the counseling unit and what our plans are. Okay. So the first thing here is about transition. Okay. For most of us, we are here at KNUST in a new environment, which is different from what we are used to in our senior high schools. Okay, so that transition from senior high school to university is very different for everybody. Okay, everyone goes through that transition in his or her own way, and it's not always such a smooth process. First is that separation from your parents. Back in high school, everything goes through your parents. Okay, they almost always know what is going on with you, whether you are a day student or you are a boarder. Okay, so we are used to that kind of treatment. However, you come to the university and there's this separation that happens. Okay, you don't necessarily have that direct contact with your parents anymore, and we assume that you have become an adult and you can take care of your own affairs. Okay, and we are faced with having to identify our own strengths and skills and abilities, because the university is not a playground. A lot of things happen here. You get exposed to new experiences, and you have to learn to adjust to all of that. So that's all part of that transition. Okay, you come here, you are in a new environment. The way you attend classes is different. The kind of friends you have is different. Okay, and there's this aspect of social media also. I don't intend to make this a very long conversation. It's just to let you know that when you come to the university, there is a different challenge of life that is presented to you. And not everybody is able to take on this challenge and address it in the best ways. Okay, so some of us have personal difficulties with regards to our personal growth and development, and especially our spiritual and our religious growth. In our case, having to stay a Muslim and staying true to the beliefs of Islam become difficult. Okay, we are faced with all sorts of nuances around us. There are so many information that we come across, and that challenges our faith. In addition to that is with our academics. Okay, the way we study back in high school is a bit different from the studies that we come here to do. So there's that adjustment that you need as a person to also do, to be able to accommodate the academic challenging environment that you find yourself. And here in particular in Kenya University, I'm sure the first years you all written your first exams. So you are familiar with the pressure that comes with it and the environment that you find yourself. And maybe this one was not maybe the best because of the circumstances from what happened last semester. But I'm sure by the end of your first year, you will totally be able to comprehend exams in Kenya University and the whole academic challenge that you are facing. Okay, so our intention as a committee, that's or a counseling unit, okay, is to be able to provide assistance to everyone here. First, you might not necessarily know. Okay, I have 1 minute left. All right. So let me just say one thing. As part of our plans, we want to make it easy for everybody who needs counseling, or if perhaps you don't know you need counseling, you can come and find out whether or not you need the counseling or not. Okay, we want to make it very easy for everybody to get in touch with us and do so in a way that does not put pressure on anybody. We come there confidently and hoping and praying that you get the help that you need. Okay, at the moment we have plans of making available mobile phone numbers for you to contact us. Okay, but until that is available, we have an online platform where you can sign up anonymously and request for assistance from the counseling unit. I think I'll share that with the IT guys here. Maybe they can project that on the screen and you can all have a look. So you can sign up. It's a very simple form. You don't have to mention your name or anything. You just decide the kind of help you need and you decide the time that you want to meet the counseling unit, and they will make themselves available to you. All right, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Now, so very fast, we'll still be moving on to the next item on the list, and it is the launch of the 2 Ghana Cities projects by our president, Muhammad Awal Said.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In my address, I made mention that during the second Central Committee meeting, National GMSA launched the 2 Ghana Cities project. We are launching it in KNUST here on this day so that GMSA members, that is GMSA KNUST members, can monthly contribute to National GMSA. Now, what National GMSA has done is that usually GMSA is poor at all levels, from the national level to the regional level to the institutional levels. We are poor, and then this is an initiative that they've taken so as to alleviate poverty. It started at the time of Dr. Abdurrahman, the former National GMSA president, and it was the 1 Ghana City project. It was very ineffective. Last year, that was on the 30th of December 2018, during the CC meeting, the National GMSA president officially launched the 2 Ghana cedis project. That is the 2 Ghana cedis GMSA project. And in this system, members are supposed to monthly contribute to GMSA. How do we do it? It will be projected. No, the videos that the video first. We are going to illustrate how the procedure as to how to make those contributions online to National GMSA. And then let's take note that when you contribute, percentages have been allocated to the National GMSA Secretariat. 50% goes into the account. So based on the number of people who contribute from KNUST, GMSA KNUST will receive 30% of that amount. Based on the number of people who have contributed, 10% goes into the welfare fund of National GMSA, 10% goes into the fund of the regional GMSA, that is Ashanti Regional GMSA. So if you contribute individually, monthly, at least 2 cedis, and then based on the coagulated amount, GMSA KNUST will receive 30% of that. National GMSA will receive 50%. 10% will go to Ashanti Regional GMSA, and 10% will also go to the welfare fund of National GMSA. So officially, we launch it here, and then I would like us to go through the procedure as to how to make those contributions to National GMSA. Step 1. Even I sent some pictures. The pictures first. Okay, so this is the video. So this is the 2 Ghana cedis project by National GMSA, and this is how it goes. Step 1, you go to Google Chrome, and then you type in nationalgmsa.org/pay. Then step 2. So after doing this, it will lead you now to the second step. This is what displays after you've typed nationalgmsa.org/pay, and then you type in your name. You type in your name in that slot amount. So if it is 5 cedis, if it's 10 cedis, but the minimum amount is supposed to be 2 cedis. The minimum amount is supposed to be 2 cedis. So this Idris M. Idris, he paid 2 Ghana cedis. So you can see 2 there. Then you see institution. That is a column for the institution. This is very important. This will distinguish between those institutions who contribute or not. So when you go to that portion, all the institutions in Ghana, all the GMSA branches are there. The list is present there. So you choose GMSA KNUST. GMSA KNUST. For this illustration, they use National GMSA. That is for those who are not students. If you are not a student and you want to contribute, you just key in National GMSA. Now, because of the nature of the presentation, you can't see the pay now, but there is a portion for pay now. Pay now, after keying all this, your name, National GMSA or GMSA KNUST, you click on pay now. After paying now, you move on to the third step. Now, if you don't issue a command from your wallet, that's if it's MTN mobile money or Vodafone cash or whatever, the monies cannot be taken from your account. So therefore, you key in your phone number, you choose the network. So you see choose network, MTN. You key in your number and then pay 2 cedis. Based on the amount that you want to pay 2 cedis. Now, this is step 3. The fourth step, you need to dial *170. That is if it's for MTN, based on the network that you are using. So this one is MTN, *170. So you choose option 3, that is approve transactions. Then the final step, that's step 5. So after doing this, you approve and then it goes into the account. So shortly, we are going to illustrate this with a video, a very short video. The sound. Start it again, start it again. You can't start it again.
Please do it so far. Now type the National GMSA payment link, nationalgmsa.org/pay, just as I've done. Then you press enter. This will load the National GMSA payment page. Fill in the form just as I am doing right now. Your name, then the amount you are going to contribute, then you click here to select the institution. You see a whole list of institutions. Pick the institution you belong to. If you do not belong to an institution, that is, if you are not attending school, if you are not a student, then you select National GMSA. Good. Then you click on Pay Now. But if you are in a different school, you have to select your particular institution. Good. Now you choose the network. That is the wallet network. So I'll select it here. Now you enter your phone number, mobile money number. Then you click on Pay. You wait a while for this thing to load. Yes, when this screen loads, this is simply an instruction that says you should go to your wallet and approve. You select option 7 as your wallet, choose option 2. So I'll minimize this page. Then I'll come to my contacts. I'll go to *170#. Then I'll select option 7. That's my wallet. Then option 3. That is my approvals. Then I'll enter my PIN. In order to see a list of what transactions are waiting my approval. Now you can see we have one transaction which is a debit of 2 cents. That is the transaction that is waiting approval. So I'll select one. In order to choose that transaction, then I'll be asked whether do I want to approve, then I'll say yes. Then I'll send. And that is successful, you will get a message that says yes, you have approved the transaction of 2 cents. Please note, if you do not do this approval, there's no way the money can be taken from your wallet. So this is an important step. Thank you for watching. Wassalamu alaikum.
Thank you for watching, and I would like members to make some contributions to this project. This one, you don't need physical cash. Just key in your network. Based on the network, the code. If it's MTN, that's 1*170. If it's Vodafone, *110, right? So you make the payments to National GMSA, and indirectly you are paying to GMSA KNUST 2. Indirectly you are paying to Regional GMSA, and indirectly you are paying to the Welfare Fund of GMSA. So at this point, I would like our 10 volunteers just to show that we've understood the procedure. Let's try it on our phones to see if it's successful. Let's just try if it's not successful, so that if you need further explanation, I'll do that. So please, let's pick our phones. Instead of playing games on our phones, let's substitute the games with this one. If you are feeling bored, even if it's 1 CD, if you are feeling bored, those who like playing Temple Run, instead of Temple Run, just play with the 2 Ghana Cedis project, and you get more reward, inshallah. So please, I'm waiting. I hope that by the end of this program, members would make contributions to this project. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
نحمده سبحانه وتعالى حمدا أكملان التمان فالسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, I'm overwhelmed and so happy to see youth of our nature, gathered here, not for the sake of anything, but for the sake of Allah. And I'm much overwhelmed. If you look at the 2010 Ghana National Youth Policy, it tells you that the youth of every nation is its wealth. And therefore, we are the wealth of Islam. We are the future leaders of Islam. I just want to make a quick suggestion that the next time we have a program of this nature, if we don't invite external resource persons, I would expect that we on the high table, we should be treated as equal as our brothers over there. That's what I'm trying to say is that whatever they will take, we should also take it. I think this will help. I'm saying this with inference to Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu. When Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu was freeing slaves, his father Abu Kufaha questioned him that, Abu Bakr, why do you free slaves who are weaker and poorer and not rich people? Then Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu told his father that, I rather want to get the fullest reward of what I'm doing. So if I come here and you treat me differently from the audience, then I'm likely to lose some reward. So I expect me to be treated like anyone else. It's a suggestion, inshallah. Now to my main advice, there is this hadith in Tirmidhi when the Prophet ﷺ said, لَتَتَّبِعَنَّ سُنَنَ مَنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُمْ شِرْبًا وَشِرْبًا وَزِرَاعًا بِزِرَاعٍ حَتَّى لَوْ دَخَلُوا جُحُرَ الدَّبٍّ تَبِعْتُمُوهُ فَقُلْنَا مَنْ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ قال اليهود أم نصارى قال فمن أيضا. The Prophet ﷺ was once with his companions when the Prophet ﷺ prophesied that, prompt me with the time inshallah, that there will be a time that my ummah will be following their enemies arm length by arm length and then footstep by footstep. That is, we emulate our enemies in every aspect of life. From our dressing, our way of doing things, everything. I'm just trying to add up to the poet, something he made mention with respect to our sisters and our lifestyle. Then the Sahaba asked the Prophet ﷺ. So when he said that you follow your enemies footstep by footstep and arm length by arm length until even if they enter the hole of a lizard, you enter there. You understand? Don't look at it from the, let me say, literal point of view, but try to digest it. Get the understanding, technical understanding of this. It means that every aspect of their life. And the Sahaba asked, which are these people, or who are these people you're referring to? The Prophet ﷺ didn't answer. Then they questioned him, do you refer to Al-Yahud, that's the Jewish, Al-Nasara, or the Christians? Are these the people you are saying will be emulating them? Then the Prophet ﷺ said, Faman Aidan, who else do you think I'm referring? And it's obvious today that every aspect of our life is like Christians and that of Jews, because most of us don't even know. Day before yesterday was a Valentine Day, or was it yesterday? And you'll be surprised to see Muslims in it. You look at our hairstyle, our mode of dressing, every aspect of our life is like the Christians. This doesn't help Islam. It's better we change for the good. The second thing has to do with leadership. It will be a brief one. At the time of Umar radiallahu anhu, Umar appointed Amr bin As to be the governor of Basra. This young man was there. Then Umar, as the Amir, tried to go around to see how issues are or how things are happening. When he got to Basra, because of transparency, he gathered the entire community with his governor, which would today call either a regional minister. Then he questioned the community that who has issues against my appointee. A young man got up and said, Nashku arba'atan min af'ali. There are 4 things that we have against him. He said, okay, bring them on board for discussion. The young man said, La yakhruju ilayna laylun qattun. Never will he come out in the night to attend to our needs. Secondly, La yakhruju ilayna hatta naharan. He never comes out to attend to us unless it is midday. Fourthly, lahu yawmun fi kulli shahrin la yakhruju ilayna qattun. There is a particular day in every month that he never comes out. Lastly, yataghamma fi majlisi. He can just be in a group, all of a sudden he will go on coma. These are our issues against him. Then Umar asked the gentleman that, what are your responses to this? The Amir or the governor said, it's true. The first one, which they say I don't come out in the night, ja'altu nahara lahum wa ja'altu layla lillah, that I serve them in the daytime and serve my Creator in the night. That's why I don't come out in the night. So it tells us clearly that as a leader, you need to also be what? Prayerful. You need to always pray for the ummah after serving them. Secondly, they said I don't come out until midday. It's true. Why? Because I share the same cloth with my wife. So if I'm indoors, she wears it, goes out to do whatever she will go, come back. When she comes back, then I'll also take it and wear and go out. Allahu Akbar. Look at a minister, a governor, wearing one clothing. And is that what we see today? Okay. Then, the third one, they said, I never come out on a particular day in every month. It's true. You see what I'm wearing, and I told you that's the only I have for both myself and my wife. So every month we wash it once. So if we wash it, we have no any clothing to wear. So we need to dry it inside until it is dried. And you can imagine drying something in shade. It means that it takes a longer time to get dried. Then the last one, which they say I go on coma, is true. And he said, Shahidtu bi amirin wama kuntu mu'minan. That is true. There was this Sahaba who was, what do we call it, hanged to death because he was defending Islam. And I was a kid by then, and I was one of those who were teasing him. And today I have become a Muslim. So anytime I reflect and remember this, then I go on coma because I don't know whether Allah will forgive me my sins. Allahu Akbar. And these were the words of this leader. And I think this will be an advice to each and every one of us, both leaders and we followers. We should be humble and we should be submissive and serve the cause of Allah and GMSA. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
From Environmental Quality Unit, KNUST. Today I'm a visiting staff, not a visiting professor. I've been with GMSA since 1999 till days. And consecutively, I've been with GMSA from 1999 to 2009, 10 years without being absent in any meeting. But two things I noticed. Those problems, that problem is still the problems today. Those days, you hear GMSA executives complaining of time consciousness. When they call a meeting, people will not come early. In fact, it was a problem those days. It's still a problem today. So please, as intellects, every member here is an intellectual. Let us learn to respect time. The last thing I want to say is about GMSA marrying GMSA. Please. Before I say anything, ladies, I would like to know, to see by hands, how many of you not yet married? By hands. Not yet married, not married. Okay, how many of you are married? You see, please, on a more serious note, it is difficult for a graduate to find a wife when you finish school. I'm telling you from the experience. I will say it again. It is difficult for a graduate to find a wife when you graduate. If you don't make a choice now, please, our sisters here, they are meant for us. Sisters, our brothers here are meant for you. So, please, I will appeal to everyone here. As Quran says, which of the favor of Allah will you deny? If you refuse to make a choice now, I'm telling you, it will be difficult to make a choice after school. So take a list, and it's in here. Thank you very much.
Now, encourage members to take these brochures in our bags to our classes and the colleges to share this. On these flyers or brochures will be Islamic messages, maybe about the prophets or special topics on Islam that we're going to share with our friends. Let's all try. When it's already in stock, it's there in the GMSA library, which is not. Someone asked, where is it? It's in the GMSA room. Yes, we have a library in the GMSA room. So inshallah, very soon they'll be coming out. We were supposed to launch it with a stand today, but unfortunately, due to situations beyond our control, we couldn't do that. But inshallah, very, very soon, the flyers will be out. And then we pray and encourage that Allah makes it possible, and encourage each one of us that when it comes out, we shouldn't shy away from it. Let's all involve ourselves, because by doing that, we'll get answers to the question our brother was asking, that why is this so? Well, like when you tell someone not to do something, I don't think you yourself will find yourself doing that. When you tell someone where you are going to preach something about Islam to someone, I think you'll be the first person to put that into practice before you preach to someone. So when we all help ourselves in doing dawah, it will help us find answers to these questions we are asking ourselves. So may Allah make it easy for us, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help all of us to indulge in dawah. May Allah make it easy for us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Atakbir. Now, because of time, we'll have a few minutes for the open forum. Open forum in this session.
Stand for Agri-Business Student Association of Ghana. So anyone here, any support you can offer in terms of prayers and any other thing you can help us to win this election, I will appreciate it much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Melitafi Abdullahi Melitafi. I'm a third year BSc agricultural student. I'm aspiring for college president in this same place you are sitting. Yes, college president for this place, agric and natural resources. So I'd like to also plead for your support any way possible you can help. I'll very appreciate it. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Tabil. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please, my name is NK Amel. I'm a third year student reading Bachelor of Arts in Economics, and I'm an aspirant for SRC Financial Secretary. I came here to declare my intention to my brothers and sisters here, and I believe the task ahead is never beyond our endurance. When we come together as a united front, we can get there. Thank you, and remember me in prayers. Once again, my name is NK Amel, and I'm aspiring for SRC Financial Secretary. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Yusuf Mohammed Nazir, a third year geological engineering student, and currently the Unity Hall president. I think this morning there are so many things I should be grateful to Allah for. One of them is to be able to identify the fact that it's a blessing to be a Muslim. You know, I think I owe GMSA a very big thank you. Looking at last year around this time, when running for Unity Hall president, most of my opponents felt I was a threat, and the only way they could pull me down was by way of sabotaging me with my religion. And GMSA didn't let me go just alone. They came on board. Even people who were not in Unity Hall were campaigning for us. So before I put out anything, I just want to say Jazakumullah khairan. I'm so grateful for everything GMSA has done for me. I'm not here today because I'm a Muslim alone, because we have a Christian brother who just came here. And I believe if you are going to vote on the basis of religion, the PENSA member was always going to be the SRC president in the school. If we're going to vote on the basis of halls, the Unity Hall president was always going to be the president of this university. And if we're going to base on the basis of college, the president of College of Humanities and Social Sciences was going to be the best person for the position. But I'm here today before you as a brother, in as much as I'm a Muslim, yes, but I'm here before you as a fellow KNUST student, knowing the experience I've been able to attain as Unity Hall president. Casting back to last semester was a very challenging semester, considering the fact that Unity Hall was being mixed and I had a choice to either side with the management or side with my students. And one thing kept me going. As a Muslim, what I know is that every step I take, every word I utter, every action of mine is going to be accounted for. And I swore an oath to stand by my students. So irrespective of whatever my stance was with the next door, I had to make sure I did what my students could do. There isn't much time for me to talk here. I need to obey what my leaders have given to me. That is the kind of leadership I want to portray to my people. So all I want to say to you today is that our old brother Mudassir Firdaus set the pace for us last year. And this year, we are two Muslim aspirants going. Fine, I'm going as an aspirant and I have another Muslim going. Ideally, I should be talking about just me here, but I believe it is not time we do those things. Last year was a different year. This year is another year. The fact that my brother here is not supporting Nazir and is supporting another Muslim candidate doesn't mean he's your enemy. Once we saw those things happening last year, people forgot that they were Muslims before they were students. They forgot that they were students before they became student leaders. And they made politics to be the basis on which they divided themselves. Because if I supported Firdaus and my brother didn't support Firdaus, it became an enmity, but that shouldn't be the case. If you're not supporting Nazir, don't worry, just pray for Nazir. Probably your vote might not just be what he needs your prayer. So that even on the day of election, if you're not able to come and vote for him, your prayer alone can move about thousands of people to come and vote for him. There isn't much to say. All I'm counting on you for is to support me for this year's SRC presidential position. Thank you very much once again. Assalamu alaikum.
However, I'm not saying that we should vote for Muslims, or when you vote for a Muslim, that is done. No. But I can only say, go there and know what is there. Thank you very much.
الفرحة هي يوم فرحكوا ده شيء أكيد، ذكريات الليلة دي حضرة مش ممكن تغيب، إحساس